Growing up, the cabin in the woods was a mystery, an off-limits sanctuary where my parents often disappeared to for a few weeks, leaving me behind. The day my parents vanished was like any other until it wasn't. They left with smiles, promising a quick return from their retreat in the woods. But as hours turned to days and then weeks, that return never came. Their disappearance cast a shadow over my life, leaving me with unanswered questions and a key handed to me by my Uncle James with a solemn nod. "They wanted you to have this," he said, pressing the cold metal into my hand, the key to the very cabin they vanished to. After their sudden deaths, a key and a deed were all they left me. Keys to that very cabin, a place steeped in my childhood's enigma. With hopes of finding closure and maybe understanding why they kept it a secret, I decided to spend a weekend there, unaware that I was about to uncover truths darker than the woods that hid them. The journey felt surreal, like crossing into another world. The dense forest canopy blotted out the sun, casting long shadows that seemed to whisper secrets. As the cabin came into view, nostalgia washed over me, but so did an inexplicable sense of dread. It stood there, silent and imposing, holding stories of my parents I never knew. The cabin, though neglected, was sturdy. Its logs held the warmth of countless summers, yet something felt off. A chill ran down my spine as I unlocked the door, half expecting to find answers lying in wait. Instead, I found dust, silence, and shadows. Exploring the rooms, I stumbled upon photographs of my parents, younger, vibrant, and full of life, their smiles hiding the weight of secrets. Amid these memories, a locked drawer caught my attention. The key I had fit perfectly, revealing its contents. Inside, I found a leather-bound book, old and worn, its pages filled with names, dates, and chilling details. The book was a ledger of lives taken, a meticulous record of missing persons and locations of where they were buried. It took me some time to realize they were buried on this property. My parents' handwriting sprawled across the pages, a testament to their hidden lives as custodians of the dead, a service rendered to hitmen for a price. Horror gripped me as the realization sank in. The loving, gentle people who raised me were strangers, their hands stained with the business of death. The cabin wasn't a sanctuary, it was a crypt, a secret graveyard for those who disappeared without a trace. I wanted to leave, to forget I ever uncovered this truth, but a morbid curiosity propelled me further. I ventured outside, the ground beneath the towering pines uneven, disturbed. It wasn't nature's doing, but a sign of graves shallow and hastily dug, some fresher than others. The forest, once a place of wonder, now felt like a mausoleum, each tree a silent witness to my parents' deeds. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the woods into twilight, I noticed something peculiar, a patch of earth that looked recently disturbed, different from the others. There were tools nearby, a shovel and a pickaxe rusted with age but used recently. It was as if someone, or something, was trying to dig them up, to unearth the secrets my parents worked so hard to bury. Night fell and the cabin felt like a prison. The ledger's pages haunted me, names whispering through the cracks in the walls, demanding justice, or perhaps seeking company. Sleep was a distant hope, chased away by the weight of my newfound knowledge. In the dead of night, a sound shattered the silence, the unmistakable scrape of metal against earth. Someone was outside, digging. Panic seized me. Was it a ghost of the past, or had the hitmen come to ensure their secrets remained buried with my parents? I peered through the window, but the darkness hid its secrets well. I stepped outside, drawn to the sound with a mix of fear and determination. The beam of light cut through the night, landing on a figure shrouded in darkness, its back to me, working methodically. "Who are you?" My voice trembled, breaking the night silence. The figure stopped, standing upright, and turned slowly. My heart raced as the light revealed the face of the intruder, my uncle, my mother's brother, whom I hadn't seen in years. Your parents, they left you a legacy of blood, he said, his voice a mix of sorrow and resignation. I hope to spare you, to let their secrets die with them. But the past refuses to stay buried. He motioned to the open grave at his feet where a partially uncovered coffin lay, its contents a mystery I wasn't sure I wanted to solve. Why was all I could muster, the word hanging between us like a spectre. For survival, he replied, his eyes reflecting a lifetime of regret. Your parents were desperate, caught in a web of crime they couldn't escape. They did what they thought necessary to protect you, to provide for you. The revelation shattered my world, reshaping everything I thought I knew about my family, about myself. The cabin, the graves, the ledger, it was all a testament to their desperation, a grim inheritance I was never meant to discover. I came here to finish their work, to ensure no one would uncover their secrets, my uncle continued, but I see now that was a fool's errand. You deserve the truth, no matter how dark it may be. He handed me the shovel, a silent invitation to uncover the past fully. My hands shook as I took it, the weight of the decision pressing down on me. To dig was to acknowledge my parents' sins, to face the reality of their lives and by extension my own. As I stood at the edge of the grave, the shovel's blade gleaming under the moonlight, a decision loomed before me, to bury the past once more or to unearth the truth, no matter the cost. My uncle watched, a guardian of secrets waiting to see which path I would choose. And as I plunged the shovel into the earth, the cabin and the woods holding their breath, a new chapter of my story began, one written in the shadows of the grave I was about to open. As I began to dig, the silence of the night around me, the story of my family as I once knew hung in the balance, teetering between the past and the future, waiting for the secrets that lay buried to be brought into the light. Needless to say that since that day, life as I knew it has been forever changed.